Today's referee is Steve Bennett. Chelsea preparing to get things underway. It is the first domestic cup final of the season, and a fantastic atmosphere inside the Millennium Stadium. The roof's closed today, and the noise, well, it's quite deafening at the moment. And Chelsea, Damon, interesting to see how they start. 2 consecutive defeats. It's a rare position for them to be in this season, so the first few minutes could be all important.
Very much so, Mark, and as the players lined up in the tunnel there, it was a little bit like a concert for me, in that you know they're a good side, i.e. you know you're going to see a good singer, but you just want to see him perform. So great expectation from Chelsea today, and a real good game to look forward to.
A lot's been made, of course, about foreign players, and Arsenal recently fielding a team completely of non-British players. But nice to see 2 homegrown talents leading the teams out today. John Terry and Steven Gerrard, both products of their respective academies. Oh, what a start for Liverpool! It's John Risa. He went through the whole of last season without scoring, and inside a minute, he's given Liverpool the lead in spectacular fashion. Completely unmarked at the back post. It was a ferocious volley past Peter Cech, and Liverpool have taken the lead in the most dramatic of circumstances.
There was a double mix-up there. It looked like Carvalho and Makelele, 2 central defenders as well. Superb cross by Morientes there, and we all know the quality that Risa possesses, and he's watched that all the way onto his foot, and what a sweet strike there for what is a terrible start for Chelsea.
Well, after the week Chelsea have had, that's the last thing they would have wanted. Paulo Ferreira was just caught inside, and Risa, who scored some spectacular goals in his career. It's number 8 this season, and just how vital could that be as Liverpool bid for silverware? Chelsea, we said the start would be important, and that's the worst possible one.
We're a team that likes to get the ball down, likes to pass it. If anything, sees the opportunity to make the team work who we're playing against stretched. But now the onus will be once again on Chelsea to attack. Fortunate for us, Mark, is we've got plenty of time.
Plenty of time indeed. Some 40 seconds, I think, on the clock when that went in. Peter Cech in goal. It's only his 2nd appearance in the League Cup this season. Carlo Cudicini, of course, has been the main man as far as this competition goes. He was promised a place today, but the sending off at Newcastle last week put paid to that. But I suppose leading the team out was the next best thing, really, for Cudicini. But we spoke before the game, Damien, about how strange Chelsea have gone so many games in the league without conceding a goal, yet in cup competitions in the Champions League, well, that seems to be where they are leaking them a little bit.
No, very much so, and we are a great team. We are a great team, but to go down as a team in history, we'll need to win things, because as proven by Arsenal early in the season, they looked invincible. Manchester United finally got a great result against them, and ever since then, and with certain injuries, they haven't looked the same team. The Chelsea team, for me, are stronger than the Arsenal team. Just got to now get back to playing how we have been.
This will be a huge test of character for Chelsea. Here come Liverpool again. It's Risa. Paulo Ferreira could be in for a torrid afternoon down that far side. He blocked it that time and cleared away. Champions League winner last year, of course, with FC Porto. Jose Mourinho and Rafa Benitez in their own right both have earned plenty of silverware over the past couple of seasons, both coming into this as winners of their respective leagues last year in Portugal and Spain respectively. And of course UEFA Cup and Champions League between them as well, so good pedigrees on the bench. Which manager will be able to mastermind a victory today? Chelsea are going for a 3rd League Cup win. It's their 4th appearance in the final, and it will be the 10th major piece of silverware in the club's history if they can turn this around.
Just thinking there also, Mark, about the extra day that Liverpool had as well, and there's always a big build-up, isn't there, to finals, and it looks to me at the moment that Chelsea are a team that are just starting to get into the groove, but obviously the groove started 4.5 minutes ago, 1-0 down, so as we mentioned earlier, they've got plenty of time, so that's the only beautiful thing left for us.
Paulo Ferreira's throw didn't make its way through to Jarosik, who was the intended target. You know, I just wonder whether Rafa Benitez has seen the atmosphere and sampled the start to this game, whether he perhaps regrets his team selection against Burnley in the FA Cup, because he pretty much wrote that competition off. He was roundly criticised for it, but the fans certainly making him think that might be a wrong decision for the future.
And I know it's unfortunate for Jimmy Traore, but if he wants to help Chelsea along in this final, then we won't mind one bit.
Absolutely. So Liverpool free kick just inside their own half. And Jose's got the notebook out already. After the week he's had. Rare occurrence, Chelsea had never lost two back-to-back since he took over in the summer. Cleared away by Terry, cut out by Steven Gerrard. Here's Harry Kewell. Rubbed by Lampard. It's a good ball down the line as well for Didier Drogba, taking on Sami Hyypiä. It's a good challenge by the Finnish international. It gives away a corner though. But at least Drogba managed to find a little bit of space and test Hyypiä for the first time.
And what was beautiful there, Mark, I mean, we saw in Moriente's case how he went to close John Terry down, put pressure on John Terry, actually cleared it to a Liverpool player. Frank Lampard won the ball, and in one swoop, Drogba in space, exceptional.
Here comes Damien Duff's corner. Terry's header can't get anything on it. Carragher getting the ball away from danger. Duff. Makelele. Main thing for Chelsea, of course, is not to panic. They were a goal down at Newcastle last week, and Jose Mourinho made 3 changes at half-time, which probably ultimately cost them the game, bearing in mind what happened to Wayne Bridge. So I'm sure he'll be mindful of that if they go in at the break 1 down. Cleared away by Petr Cech. Makelele just getting in front of Ricardo Carvalho. There's Risa, who's seen plenty of the ball inside the opening 7 minutes.
There's a lot of experienced players out there, but actually to play in a final, pressure, actually play in a stadium with the roof shut, where you're not really going to hear your teammates actually communicating, as we just seen there with Makelele and Carvalho going for the same ball again.
It'll be interesting to see as the game progresses how the players' tightness copes with 70,000 plus people breathing the same air. It becomes very thin towards the end of the game. Fitness could be a key as we enter the final stages of the match. Headed off by Risa, kept in by Jimmy Traore. Here come Liverpool again. Ricardo Carvalho just did enough. Certainly Risa is the player that Liverpool are singling out at the moment to see most of the ball and be their creator. Ferreira trying to get the ball round Traore, but he's a very imposing figure at fullback, Jimmy Traore.
That was better played by us though, Mark. We sort of advanced from the back into midfield and keeping the ball, which obviously we've been accustomed to this year with Chelsea, and at the moment I would say there's no one better passing that ball, moving it around in British football.
That's good play by Joe Cole, who's forced a foul from Traore. New lease of life under Rafa Benitez for Jimmy Traore, signed by Gerard Houllier back at the tail end of the 90s, but somewhat fell out of favour. But slotting in at left back with John Onorisa just in front of him seems to be the preferred formation for Liverpool these days. In comes the free kick from Duff. Risa's header doesn't get the ball clear from danger. There was an arm up from Ricardo Carvalho, spotted by Steve Bennett, and it's a Liverpool free kick.
Yeah, the ball just a little bit flat by Damien Duff there and didn't actually clear the first defender. We know what good quality Damien Duff possesses. He's even curled one straight in against Manchester United, so it'll be important there. The free kick earlier gained by Joe Cole, that we do get Joe Cole on the ball, because playing sort of as a right winger really, isn't he? And I don't think he'll mind me saying that he's no Robin with his pace, but Joe Cole's a wonderful footballer now, and we just need to get him on the ball more often.
And Liverpool, of course, mindful of the fact that Joe Cole has already scored twice against them this season, coming off the bench on 2 occasions to score the winning goal. Damien Duff wins the free kick for Chelsea.
with the early goal mark. They've had an opportunity to talk about the individual battles that I think will be intriguing today. Morientes against Terry, Gerrard against Lampard, and obviously Drogba against Hyypiä. That spine that we spoke about before, they're going through the middle, is so important.
Chelsea came past West Ham, Newcastle, Fulham in that very hard-fought semi-final against Manchester United to make it to this stage of the competition. Lifted the League Cup back in 1998, of course, a 2-0 win over Middlesbrough. Frank Sinclair and Roberto Di Matteo scoring in extra time in that one. Roberto Di Matteo, of course, scored a quick goal for Chelsea in an FA Cup final, 42 seconds. I'm told that Risa's goal timed at 43 seconds, so very, very quick off the mark. Here's Dietmar Hamann, typically strong challenge in midfield. Gerrard has just overrun it, and Makelele. What a convincing clearance, it flicks off Risa. And goes for a Chelsea ball. They run it the other time that Chelsea were caught cold, of course, this season. That goal from James Beattie for Southampton at the Bridge as well. Another cold start on that day. They battled back on that occasion to take the points in the Premiership. But certainly, I just wonder what Jose Mourinho's thoughts were when that ball reached, because Paulo Ferreira was certainly pulled inside, wasn't he? And allowed Risa plenty of time to see the ball coming to him on that trusty left foot.
Yeah, I mean, by the atmosphere we can hear, and I'm sure that it looked like Makelele and Caballero went for the same ball, and then that happened on the edge of the box as well. So obviously by two Chelsea players going to the same ball, space appeared. Ferreira was just a little bit off Risa, and it was a great cross. Morientes, we know what class he's got, and it was an equally great strike by Risa. It'd be interesting, Chelsea have had to live with pressure all season, haven't they, Mark? And this last week the pressure's intensified, and if they're going to come through it, they'll come through it as a much better team, and we've got time.
Luis Garcia trying to battle his way through. Liverpool still have possession with Traore. Forward now by Jarosik. Lovely turn by Drogba, who was caught by Hyypiä. Didn't seem a great deal of need to do that, because Drogba just seemed to have overrun it slightly, and it'll be the first yellow card as well for Sami Hyypiä, who dangled out a leg when Drogba went past him. Good news, I suppose, for Chelsea that Hyypiä, booked after 12 minutes, will need to watch his step.
And as we see on Wednesday, these things sometimes have a way of coming back to haunt you. I mean, I think Drogba looked to stand up, but then actually couldn't keep his balance and toppled over.
So it was almost a delayed reaction from Hyypiä. Drogba was well aware, and it was the trailing leg from Hyypiä that just clipped the ankles. Seven-time winners, Liverpool, of this League Cup in its various guises. Beat Manchester United here 2 seasons ago. Also beat Birmingham after a penalty shootout 5-4. Beat their local rivals Everton back in the 80s as well after a replay. Liverpool-Everton, best big local derbies at the best of times, but then there's a trophy up for grabs. Gerrard. Gerrard looking to spray it out again towards Risa, who got up above Paulo Ferreira. Covering defender was Carvalho. Given away to Luis Garcia. And John Terry just alive to the danger. Driven forward by Frank Lampard. Drogba and Hyypiä tangling again. That'll be an interesting battle.
Intelligent ball by Lampard there. I mean, straight away the onus is on Hyypiä to mark Drogba, and as many opportunities we've got of actually playing balls down the side to use Drogba's pace and strength invites a tackle by Hyypiä as well.
Lampard. Jarosik. Chelsea quite content as usual to play the ball around in their own half of the field until an opening presents itself. Here's Ferreira. Yarashik comes out off Jimmy Traore.
So difficult for Chelsea there. I mean, everyone in the Liverpool team, Morientes included, was in their defending half, and it's going to be an interesting game. And obviously pace is through Duff, pace is through Drogba, but I can see there been a lot of intricate passing to break this Liverpool team down.
Yarashik recovered well after losing out to Luis Garcia, trying to stab it forward for Drogba. Lampard, away from Haman. Yarashik. Cut out by Steve Finnan, not quite enough weight on it to reach Damien Duff. Kuhl forward to Morientes, who gives it away to William Gallas. Lampard. Promising spell of possession for Chelsea. They just need to come up with something on the end of it. Gallas. Makaleli. Lampard forced to stretch and again recovered well. Ferreira. Liverpool fans just getting a little frustrated at the amount of possession they're allowing Chelsea to have here. That's a free kick given away by Luis Garcia.
But it's better by Chelsea, more passes, Mark, and just going to mention that once we do get over that midfield area, over the halfway line into the midfield area, then a lot of intricate passing with the onus then on getting Damien Duff or another one-on-one in wide areas where I think we can still be threatening.
Swinging by Ferreira. Not a good one though. Morientes with a header away. Only two players in the Chelsea starting lineup were part of the FA Cup final team that played here 3 seasons ago. William Gallas and Frank Lampard. John Terry did come on at half-time in that game. Kudachini and Gudjohnsen also featured. Gudjohnsen on the bench today. Kudachini, of course, suspended. There's Kuhl. Headed down by Ferreira. Chance for Lampard to use a little bit of space that had opened up in front of him. Just clipped from behind by Fernando Morientes. It's another Chelsea free kick.
With the way the score is, the way Liverpool are playing, I think it's actually going to be our best form of attack. When Liverpool are attacking, they will obviously put more players forward as they just did then, and unfortunately for Frank, he was just looking for an option further forward and wasn't to be.
Good header by John Terry, who knew Gallas was in some space to his left-hand side. Makaleli. It's a poor ball again from Makaleli. Kuhl just got a toe to it. Finnan. Haman. Scored Liverpool's, well, one of Liverpool's goals against Leverkusen in the Champions League. Didi Hamann. Traore. This lets the ball roll out of play for a throw. Rafa Benitez, his successor at Valencia, Claudio Ranieri, former Chelsea boss, of course, sacked in the week by the Spanish club after their exit from the UEFA Cup against Steaua Bucharest. I suppose in a way Benitez had left a legacy of success, and Ranieri was always going to find it difficult. Spanish champions and UEFA Cup holders, and well behind in the Primera Division at the moment and out of the UEFA Cup.
That's why our manager's had a tough week, Mark, hasn't he, in that? But if there's anyone who can get a team through it, it's obviously our manager. He's come from having success. He knows what it takes to handle the pressure. His degree in psychology as well, I'm sure, has been put to good use this week. So It's going to be an interesting time.
Well, Peter Kenyon saying this morning that he wants Jose Mourinho to stay at Chelsea for 10 years at least. Says he's already the best manager in the Premiership. Can he get some silverware in the cabinet? Chelsea chasing that very early goal from John Onorisa. Here's Makaleli. Carvalho. Down the line by Ferreira to Joe Cole. No foul. Traore was very close to him. Joe Cole certainly felt he was tapped from behind. Steve Bennett saw it otherwise.
In that instance there, Mark, I think we just see the way Liverpool are going to play. I mean, wherever a blue shirt gets the ball, straight away there's a red shirt.
There's John Terry almost finding a way through to Drogba. Free kick goes Chelsea's way. It was a surging run from the Chelsea skipper. He does like to get forward, but his fellow England colleague, Steven Gerrard, just a little tug of the arm there.
He fell awkward, John Terry, as well there, so I hope there's no lasting effects, but we spoke about the pace of Duff, and it's important as well that we get that drive from midfield as well. As much as we like to pass the ball, once them gaps do appear, it's important that we take it and drive forward.
It's a long way from goal, this, just to the left of centre. Lampard, I think, perhaps is the favourite to strike it goalwards. Referee just making sure that the walls back the full 10 yards. Carvalho and Paulo Ferreira making a nuisance of themselves as well. Here comes Lampard! Through the wall, but straight into the midriff of Jerzy Dudek.
Sweetly struck by Frank Lampard there, and if you can ever hit the ball too sweet, that was the incident there. Great strike, little deflection off Gerrard, but Dudek nice and safe.
Jerzy Dudek making an error that allowed Leverkusen a vital away goal in that Champions League game in midweek. Spilled a long-range effort.
My mind cast back to the Wales-Hungary game recently as well, and I mean, looking at the pitch as well, Mark, it's not bad, but it's not in its normal great condition, and I think there possibly could be opportunities as well when balls are bobbling along the ground for goalkeepers to make mistakes.
Cole, good play by Damien Duff. Here's Lampard, back to Joe Cole. And the red shirts around him. It was a last-ditch dive by Jamie Carragher in front of him. And Liverpool can come away with Gerrard. Finnan. Little look up from Steven Gerrard, who'd spotted the run of Luis Garcia. Terry not convincing with the clearance, although he recovered well to nod it down to Lampard. Now Chelsea with a counter. Game being played at a good pace at the moment. Here's Duff. Ferreira. Cole. Yarashik. Well, just ran into Dietmar Hamann. Good challenge by Ricardo Carvalho. In fact, the referee says it wasn't, and he's given a free kick.
I can only surmise from behind, but the ball was cleanly won there.
Well, that looks a perfectly good challenge to me. I know referees obviously clamped down on the tackle from behind, but the angle Morientes was running at, he was almost coming in from the side rather than from behind. Whether Steve Bennett's angle of that led him to think it was a foul, but it certainly looked a clean challenge from Carvalho. Jimmy Traore with the free kick. Morientes with the flick. Straight through to Czech.
With the week we've had with referees, Mark, we'll leave them alone.
Yeah, it's best to do that, I think. There's Gallas. Carvalho. Carvalho towards Drogba, hooked away by Gerrard. Well, Drogba's just taken a knock. I'm not too sure what happened. He just seemed to pull it. There was no one around him. Here's Finnan. Haman. Kept in by Finnan. It was a pacey ball from Gerrard, and he's in between Gallas and Duff. Garcia. Trickery on the edge of the penalty area. It's a good challenge by Makelele. Had to make sure that was cleanly done. Drogba away from Carragher, but it's Sami Hyypiä, the man who comes across again. There's a hefty challenge from Frank Lampard, and the book's out again. First bad tackle, I think Lampard's saying, but I suppose if Steve Bennett's going to be consistent, then he's just booked, you know, the Liverpool player, he's got to book Lampard.
Yep, I mean, it is a tackle from behind, and quite ironic because Frank was facing our goal, but Garcia is, as we're trying to find Duff and Cole in them little holes, keeps popping up in that area which is very hard to mark, in between midfield and central defenders, and was just looking there and thinking about Drogba, Mark. It seems to be that the injuries he's had, and he's had to come back for 2 important games and that, and he's naturally going to be just a little ring rusty in that, but the more he plays, the better. Hopefully that touch will come back, and we need him to be a big presence for us up there today.
Steve Bennett, the man in the spotlight, 2 yellow cards already. Finnan with the free kick. There's a tangle in the penalty area again, Makelele and Gerrard, and it's a goal kick, but just for a second, there were a few hearts in mouths. Harry Kewell certainly making a point it should have been a penalty. Well, it would have been very harsh had that been given as a penalty. Certainly contact, but 2 players committed to trying to get to the ball.
Yep, intelligent run by Steven Gerrard. We see him run a lot with the ball, but great to see midfield players making that forward run past defenders.
Here's a chance for Drogba, good ball by Cole! And Drogba stabbed it wide, it took a deflection, it's gone for a corner. Great vision by Joe Cole. Didn't think Drogba was actually going to get there to get any kind of shot on the ball, but he seemed to stick out one of those long legs, and just a touch from Dudek.
Just on the underside of his body, but great to see Joe Cole involved in that area we spoke about, Garcia, and excellent first time ball.
Second Chelsea corner, in again by Duff. Terry's header off the line. Don't think it was going to cause too much trouble, but John Terry's initial header causing all the problems. Carvalho, better from Chelsea. Turn on by Duff, who plays it against Finnan and just loses his footing on the soft surface.
Much better play, Mark, by Chelsea, as you said, and it's important. We need to have possession of that football.
And there's the initial header from John Terry. It's Lampard who was twisting, and Luis Garcia helping his goalkeeper out. There's another free kick going Liverpool's way. Again, a determined challenge from Gallas to win the ball. I can only assume again, referee saw it as a studs-up challenge. Certainly not allowing the game to flow very much at the moment, Steve Bennett. Kewell. Good room for the cross, but no real height on it. Easy for Makelele to cut out.
That was better by Drogba. I mean, it wasn't the best of balls, but with his strength, he's used it to its maximum there. And Carragher's just cleared for an attacking throw. But it just allows our players, back players, to have a rest and get the ball further forward and keep possession.
Chelsea's 2 other League Cup final victories, 1965, 3-2 win over Leicester. Bobby Tambling, Terry Venables and Eddie McCready getting the goals. Here's a chance now for Chelsea to get back in this one. Duffy's just picked the wrong option. Nobody had held back for the pullback.
Much better play by Chelsea, and I was going to mention earlier, Mark, for me it seems Liverpool are playing into our hands because they want to retreat back to mainly the halfway line, but if there's any team that can pick you off with quality passes, as we mentioned earlier, there's Chelsea, and it will enable us, because the more possession we have, it'll enable Joe Cole and Damien Duff to move around more and find space.
Well, finally Chelsea get a free kick, and it's a rash challenge from Harry Kewell, who's just barged William Gallas over the touchline. You certainly feel that Chelsea enjoying their best spell of the game so far. This is where they have to get back on level terms. Lampard will swing over the free kick. Driven in, Ziyech with a clean take. Not a good delivery really from Frank Lampard.
It's quite ironic because it's just that time of the season, earlier in the season, corners, free kicks, everything seems to be going for us. But going back to the point we mentioned earlier about how that Liverpool are allowing us to attack, I mean, Kewell has fouled Gallas literally about 10 yards outside their own box, so the longer that continues, then that can only be beneficial for Chelsea.
Good run by Duff. Gallas into Lampard. Duff was the intended recipient. Carragher again was very quickly across. Lampard down to Duff. Good ball across. Traore only heads it up in the air. Drogba can't get there. Risa was up very high and landed a little bit awkwardly as well. Chelsea still chance to keep the pressure on. Ferreira. Rafa Benitez urging the Liverpool defenders to come out. But Chelsea are enjoying this good spell. They certainly want to try and get level before half-time. How often can a side be putting pressure on when the half-time break comes, and that 15-minute break just seems to lose the momentum. Luis Garcia caught in possession. Liverpool still managed to get the ball up to halfway. Well went back by Carvalho. Yarashik.
It's great to see. I mean, that's Chelsea's central defender, 10 yards over the halfway line. Chelsea have been the dominant team since the goal, really. They've taken control and playing some good stuff.
Nice little lay back by Drogba. Cole. Tackled by Steven Gerrard. Liverpool with 8 men behind the ball. Cole drives it in. No real power. It was off target anyway from Joe Cole.
Much better, as we spoke about earlier. He plays on the right-hand side, Joe Cole, and sometimes can get quite isolated. And in an opportunity now where we're getting loads of possession, he's finding loads of gaps and getting an opportunity to play.
Lampard forward to Yarashik. Somewhat ambitious effort from there. Damien Duff was screaming for it to his left. And Liverpool unable to hold on to the ball at the moment. Luis Garcia gives it away this time. Ferreira running at Timo Werner. Free kick. Oh, sporting shake of the hand from Traore, because Ferreira was away, and it's another yellow card. Very quick to the pocket, Steve Bennett. But again, one thing we can say, I suppose, he's been consistent, the referee. And Traore becomes the third player into the book in the 34th minute in what's not been a dirty game so far, but 3 yellow cards.
Yeah, not at all, Mark. And as you say, he had to carry on. He made an early decision to book players, so he's continuing that, and it could be a very high score of yellow cards by the end of this game.
Can Chelsea come up with a decent free kick this time? A long one from Lampard. Carvalho had peeled away at the back post. Cole. Terry stayed in that. Might fall here for Damien Duff. Thought about the first time shot, but it wouldn't sit down for him, and Risa did well. Garcia can bring the ball away now for Liverpool. Kewell. Flicked off the heel of Ferreira, forward to Morientes, who hasn't seen a huge amount of the ball in the first half. And once again, Chelsea have the ball back. Ferreira. Yarishik. Ferreira. Duff teasing John Onorisa. Almost a nice little through ball to Yarishik. The leg of Dietmar Hamann just cut out the pass, and Liverpool looking to counter here with Risa. Kuhl. Only Morientes up ahead of him at the moment. Support now from Finnan. Swung over by Gerrard. Coolly done by Paulo Ferreira. Well, apart from picking the ball out of the net, Petr Cech hasn't had a huge amount to do in the first half.
There, Mark, as well. It just showed you that as much as Chelsea have been in possession for the best part of this game, it actually showed there that when Liverpool had the ball, they had no energy, because they look very compact, but no matter how compact you are, when the other team's got the ball and you've got to keep moving to close gaps, that can take the lot out of you as well.
Carvalho. Ferreira. Gallas. Petr Cech's come a long way out of his area to clear the ball. Offside flag up against Joe Cole, who was very slow coming back.
Great opening first half, I must say, Mark. Typical. Sometimes we can be disappointed with cup finals, but this one is a great game. I mean, up until about 35 minutes, it's been all action-packed.
Free kick given away by Fernando Morientes. Scored twice against Chelsea when he was on loan at AS Monaco last season in the Champions League. Certainly a good acquisition for Rafael Benitez as Liverpool try to improve their league form. Finnan nipping in ahead of Joe Cole. Gerrard. Morientes. Away from Carvalho, trying to take on Ferreira, who stuck to his task well.
There's that wonderful ability, Morientes, of he doesn't look blistering quick, but when he's moving with the ball, I think he looks quicker when he's just running. So from Benitez's point of view, he'd be pleased with that passage of play there, because Liverpool actually kept the ball. But Chelsea can be well pleased with the way they responded after the opening goal, and a little bit more fortunate in that final third, we could be level.
There's Traore. Swinging again by Luis Garcia. Not convincingly cleared, but now Lampard with a chance to pick out a blue shirt in a good position. And pick out what he has as well. Damien Duff, who beats offside. Drogba's in the centre. Cole arriving now. Good challenge again by Traore.
You see that pass in the Nou Camp on Wednesday night. It was a great ball by Frank Lampard, and I don't know if he's waving himself onside there, Duff, but great tackling back by Traore there, but that'll please Chelsea.
Duff will have been disappointed not to get that little drag back perfect, because Traore was on his way past him. Yarishik. Ferreira. Cole. Ball forward to Duff. Taken away from Jerzy Dudek. No offside again. Liverpool were looking at the linesman. Gerrard furious The linesman on the far side. It's given Chelsea a corner. And he's onside. The linesman got that spot on. I'm sure there are some that would have given it, but not on this occasion. And it's a Chelsea corner. Won by Duff. Terry challenging. Oh, he's very well shepherded away from Dudek by Steven Gerrard. Not the tallest goalkeeper in the world, Jersey Dudek, but not afraid to come and claim from set pieces. Somehow managed to get the ball around Makaleli. It was a bit of a jump in from Carvalho to slide the ball out of play. Two hefty challenges flying in now, and finally the whistle goes. And it's gone in Chelsea's favour. And somebody else is in trouble here, who was spoken to by the referee. Calm it down is what Steve Bennett's saying. Certainly one or two tasty tackles flying in there in the centre of the Chelsea half. It's Ricardo Carvalho that's getting a ticking off along with Harry Kewell. No more addition to the yellow card count, fortunately. Headed on by Drogba. Duff. He's round Traore this time and takes a tumble, but no free kick. And then you can hear what the Chelsea fans think of that. The boos echoing around the Millennium Stadium. Certainly seems to have got the better of Traore on that occasion, Duff.
Definitely caught him there. It's good skill by Damien Duff as he flicked over Traore's head, but strange.
Hopefully get another look at that in a second or two as Petr Cech clears back into the Liverpool half. Final couple of minutes of the first half. If Chelsea need to get back on level terms, they're going to have to do something quickly. Certainly had the lion's share of possession after that blistering strike from Reece to put Liverpool ahead. Goal officially timed at 43 seconds. Here's another look at the Damien Duff incident. They certainly caught the standing leg, Traore. It always amazes me, the referee's well placed, but the assistant referee's there as well, and neither of them could see that as a foul. I think we'll go back to calling them linesmen. They don't seem to assist the referees too much. Loose ball well by Kewell, and his legs are taken unceremoniously by Makaleli. By Gallus, rather. Liverpool will just be happy to slow things down. They'll be eager to hear the half-time whistle. For all Chelsea's momentum, they've yet to force Dudek into any kind of meaningful save. The one half chance that Luis Garcia cleared off the line, the flick header from Lampard, but apart from that, nothing much to show for the possession. Reece. Luis Garcia. Well tackled by Jarosik. Lampard with some space. Joe Cole's outside him. Lampard continues his run through the centre. Carvalho. Damien Duff taking on Reece, and now Traore. Did well to get the cross in. Header away was by Carragher. Clearance falls to Gallas. Lampard. Extra 2 minutes added on. tough squall in, and again, clearly taken by Dudek.
It's unfortunate there because surrounding Duff there was Risa, Chihuahua. Didn't quite get the midfielder inside him, but three bodies all around Duff, and must be space elsewhere.
And there's space here for Liverpool down the far side with Risa. Morientes and Luis Garcia in the centre. Hooked away by Carvalho. Forward by Sami Hyypiä. Lampard. Is there one last effort for Chelsea at the end of the first half? Drogba. Jerešek. Makelele. Suppose Jose Mourinho at half-time will be saying much of the same, because it's been a decent performance from Chelsea at the moment. They're just lacking that devastating touch in the final third. Ball swinging again, hooked away by Hyypiä. Makelele saying you can't be serious, but it is a free kick to Liverpool. Rafa Benitez hasn't moved from the edge of his technical area the whole game, cajoling his players and giving out tactics. Don't think even he could have dreamt of the start that Liverpool have had to this match.
He spent the whole of the, I would say, 45 minutes of this half just waving his team forward to try and close them down.
I know he's telling the referee that that's 2 minutes up, and he's right, and then Steve Bennett concurs finally. What a start we had to the match. John Onorisa, 43 seconds. The ball volleyed in, and he found space at the back of the penalty area. Tremendous finish. And it's given Liverpool the lead at half-time. Chelsea had the lion's share of possession without really creating too many chances. But a blistering start to this Carling Cup final. At the break, it's Liverpool 1, Chelsea 0. Just a reminder, it would be extra time and penalties, of course, if this was to end level at 90 minutes. No replays these days in the Cup finals. Wonderful Havertz. Spectacular start to the second half. We did to the first. Here's Ferreira. Cole. Away from Hyypiä, who dangled out a leg, and he's already been booked, Sami Hyypiä. Now what does the referee do here? He's in the pocket. Liverpool will be down to 10 men. Sami Hyypiä was booked in the first half. Well, in fact, he's put the card away. Well, he's changed his mind. Well, a strange decision from Steve Bennett, who had the book in his hand. He's given the free kick, but chosen not to send off Sami Hyypiä.
I mean, we're fortunate there to have the rerun, and actually in Hyypiä's defence, he looked like he pulled his leg away.
Well, Steve Bennett, after conferring with the linesman, he'd certainly got the book in his hand, and Hyypiä, maybe he realised he had booked Sami Hyypiä in the first half. I think Hyypiä's making the point that Cole dived.
If that was the case, he wouldn't have given the free kick, so...
Well, it's a strange decision, because if you give the free kick Chelsea's way, it's a bookable offence. If you deem that Cole has dived, it's also a yellow card. Here's Drogba. Can Chelsea get back into this game early in the second half? Oh, it's not a good ball from Drogba, who was trying to pick out Gallas, and there might be a break on here for Liverpool. Good challenge twice by Ricardo Carvalho. Joe Cole tussling away with Morientes. Who says these teams don't care about the League Cup? Duff into the corner, bundled over by Hyypiä again. It's another free kick. Have to watch his step, Sami Hyypiä. Last thing Liverpool would want is to be down to 10 men. It would help Chelsea's cause in trying to get back into the match.
Definitely already just by having another attacker forward just gives us that added strength.
Here comes the corner from Duff. Good punch out by Dudek. Referee had spotted an infringement. Chelsea kicking towards their supporters that are housed in the South Stand today here at the Millennium Stadium. I think Sami Hyypiä can count himself very, very lucky to be still on the field. Risa, Luis Garcia. Too much pace on the ball for Harry Kewell. Liverpool about to make a change. For Benitez just giving out some final instructions. Antonio Nunes is the man who appears to be getting ready to come on. Just wonder whether it might be Kewell to go off. You'd identify Kewell as well as being fairly ineffective for Liverpool in the first half. He could be the man who's sacrificed.
I mean, apart from the opening goal, the second half has started exactly like the first half, with Chelsea piling on the pressure. At least we've got the luxury now with Johnson being on the pitch that we've now got better attacking options.
Johnson's ball was meant for Drogba, but picked out Lampard. Cole. Johnson continued his run. Cole's shot comes back off Jamie Carragher. Not for the first time, Carragher just throwing everything in front of the Chelsea attackers. It's another firm challenge coming in, which is giving Liverpool a throw in. Finnan, the man on the receiving end this time. Jose Mourinho and Jamie Carragher having a few friendly words with each other. It's all getting a little bit heated on the benches at the moment. I think Jamie Carragher certainly said something. Don't get involved is the word for Steve Finnan. And certainly Jamie Carragher's done something to upset Jose Mourinho. And now Steve Bennett telling Jose just to calm it down. Doesn't like to lose, does he?
Passion's great. If your manager's got it, your players have got to go with it. Otherwise, you soon find yourself shipped out. And it's just great to see. You know, he's embraced straight away. It's his natural character anyway, but he's there and he wants to win. It's a great habit to have.
Wants to win his 6th trophy in 7 that he's been in for in the last 2 seasons with Porto and Chelsea. Remarkable record. Need a bigger sideboard at this rate. Chelsea do have to get back into this one though. They've started well in the second half, plenty of possession. It's going pretty much the way of the first.
You just see there, even a player, Steven Gerrard, put under severe pressure by Frank Lampard and kicks the ball out to touch.
Ball comes off the back of Jimmy Traore. And Ferreira. Carvalho. Lampard, a little bit of space just opens up for him. Haman came across. And again it's Jamie Carragher that can bring the ball out. Taking on Makelele. Good challenge by Makelele. Only a throw in this time.
Once again, going to praise John Terry earlier. It was a great run. He's gone past Lampard there, and unfortunately Frank just dwelled on the ball that little bit too long, and Liverpool broke. And equally, Carragher been kept in Gerrard's absence, and once again showed the leaders that you look for.
Stu Nunes waits to come on. Kerr just slipped as he played the ball across. He was harmlessly out for a Chelsea throw. shaking up needed here. For Benitez, not making the change just yet. Lampard just gets in ahead of Gerrard. Gallas. Lampard. Drogba got there first, the ball came off his arm, but it was certainly ball to hand. Lampard again. Good Johnson. Ferreira needs a decent cross. Made away by Carragher. Convincingly done by Reese, but Liverpool have got away with it just for a second. Luis Garcia. Chase on for Morientes, but again it's Ricardo Carvalho who's nipped in ahead of him. Well, the pattern of the second half, really, same as the first. Chelsea, plenty of possession, but at the moment, still can't find that opening to force Jersey Dudek into any kind of action.
Yeah, I mean, it's very hard work. You're sort of playing... It's like a practice game with Chelsea in the way that they're the attacking team, Liverpool the defending team.
There's a chance now for Drogba, who stayed onside. Another last-ditch challenge. Well, Liverpool seem to be sleeping for a second and allowed Drogba too much space. Here's Joe Cole. Good Johnson! Fine save! Gallas! Would you believe it? Jersey Dudek, who made an error in midweek, twice has denied Chelsea within a minute.
Great play by Joe Cole there, weaving his magic. Superb cross there. Good power by Good Johnson, and Gallas just looked favoured to roll it into an empty goal, but he got up quick, Dudek.
Corner comes in, Liverpool again getting the ball away. It's better from Chelsea though. Surely it's only a matter of time before the equaliser comes. Tremendous agility from Dudek to make the second save. Good Johnson just did enough to flick it onto Joe Cole. Twisting and turning. Lampard. Too many red shirts in front at the moment. Makalele. Ferreira. Turns away from Reese. Good Johnson. Trying to make an opening for the shot. They just can't find a way through. Good challenge again by Good Johnson. Joe Cole's just got offside. A tremendous passage of play from the Blues.
It was so congested though, as you spot him hard. There's just no space whatsoever, but this is where it came from width. Superb cross, great power in eyes, strong. Good Johnson is in the air, and at one stage it just, as we mentioned, Gallas just rolled it into an empty net. But fair play to do that, full stretch, straight up, and equal to the second save.
Tremendous agility from Jersey Dudek. Liverpool have now made the change. Harry Kewell's the man that's gone off, and it's Antonio Nunes that's come on. Fresh legs in midfield, and Rafa Benitez knows now that his side are just hanging on at the moment. Offside flag against Luis Garcia. Very, very close call that would have been.
Just shows you the importance as well that Chelsea were very composed in the first half, and we've still been composed in this second half, but obviously with Johnson being on, it gives us another attacking option, but still got to be that defensive mentality that we've been very strong with all season. Important we don't make any silly errors at the back.
Ball into the corner for Gallas to chase. He gets there ahead of Finnan. First touch for Nunes. Well played, Joe Cole. And away from Luis Garcia. Again, the blue shirts are streaming forward. Lampard. Just tried to slip it through to Gallas. It was the outstretched leg of Finnan that just took the sting out of the ball. And here come Liverpool again. Tremendous cup tie. Sometimes these high-pressure games can be a little bit of a letdown, certainly not this one. He's got everything at the moment. Steven Gerrard might have picked up a knot there as he went in on the challenge with Makelele.
Yeah, one of them challenges where the player going for it, Steven Gerrard in that case, is so focused on winning the ball. Makelele see him coming, knew he was just going to kick it out of touch. Possibly even a bit of cramp though as well. Exerted, he hasn't been his driving force as normal, but spoke earlier how that when Chelsea got the ball and he's got to switch from side to side, it takes it out of you.
Now for Benitez and Jose Mourinho, two foreign coaches in their first seasons at their new clubs. Which one is going home victorious today with silverware? Steven Gerrard hasn't actually played a competitive match since the 12th of February. He was suspended for the Leverkusen game. Liverpool had a free weekend last weekend, of course, having been knocked out of the FA Cup by Burnley.
Punching tackle, but as I say, Makelele knew Steven Gerrard was coming. It was interesting just looking at the two managers there, Mark. I mean, if you just appeared, you'd think Chelsea were winning 1-0 because Mourinho very, very calm. Benitez looking a little bit anxious.
An easy ball for Jerzy Dudek to take. Rafa Benitez was actually on Real Madrid's books when he was a player. Stayed 7 years without getting a first-team game at the Bernabeu. Jose Mourinho never played top-flight football, of course. He did have a famous father, Felix Mourinho, who was top Portuguese goalkeeper, better known as a translator for Sir Bobby Robson during his time at Barcelona and at Sporting Lisbon. Here they are in their managerial guises, trying to pit their wits against each other. And of course, there's no saying if both can get through their Champions League matches that these two sides might not lock horns again in the European competition.
A little bit of anxiety creeping into both teams' play there. It's better from Chelsea just calming the play down instead of forcing it, but another error again.
And Liverpool too, giving the ball away cheaply. Ball forward to Drogba. Carragher sticking tightly to him. Drogba just off balance as he tried to bring the ball down. Coolly done by Sami Hyypiä. Ferreira. Cole. Good ball through again for Drogba, who was just running along the line, but applauds the pass. I think it's games like this and situations like this that Chelsea are really missing Arjen Robben at the moment, because he's the kind of person that can just create something out of nothing, and Chelsea haven't really created those two saves from Dudek, really the only time he's been called into action.
So difficult, Mark, straight away. I mean, there's no pressure on John Terry. He can travel with the ball, nearly reaches the halfway line, and then a Liverpool player will start to put pressure on. Once again, once the ball goes forward again, no pressure, and they'll just allow you to keep coming on. At times we've seen them allow Chelsea come all the way to the edge of the box. But it's important we don't resort to just straight long balls. We know Drogba's got that presence, but you'd much rather see that presence being used over crosses wide.
Let's not forget that the winners of the League Cup get themselves a place in the UEFA Cup next season. Both these sides, of course, have higher aspirations of that. Champions League football is what really counts for sides these days. Liverpool, well, they're fifth in the Premiership at the moment, just outside the Champions League qualifying spots. If both did make the Champions League, of course, it would make for an extra UEFA Cup spot from the league as well, which could be good for maybe the likes of Everton or Middlesbrough and Bolton also looking at UEFA Cup this season. Last season's winners of this competition, of course, Middlesbrough just made it through to the last 16 of the UEFA Cup.
Much better pass though, the one before, where rolled in down the flank. Traore could just only shopper it out of play and looking for Duff instead of them aimless straight long balls.
Lampard. Ferreira. 2 to aim for in the centre again. Header away by Herpia. Now Haman. Morientes. Good ball to Luis Garcia, who continued his run. Haman's also continued his run. Fine save by Petr Cech. Chelsea pushing men forward, looking for the equaliser. Liverpool a very fast break. Fine save by the keeper. First save he's had to make.
Yeah, I mean, good play by Liverpool there. Excellent pass by Garcia, and Cech was at full stretch there, and obviously we know how tall Cech is, and any lesser keeper, that was a goal. Spoke about it earlier, didn't we, that we can, as Liverpool were, vulnerable on the attack, and that with Chelsea putting so many bodies forward, the onus will be on Liverpool to counter-attack.
Possibly a good job Haman didn't hit that with his left foot, because he might have taken it across the keeper, the outside of the right boot, meaning kind of a nice height for Cech. So congested in the penalty area for the set pieces now. Driven forward by Joe Cole. Flick on by Terry. Straight through to Dudek.
I know we had bodies forward there from the previous set piece, but he has mentioned we need to still stay calm. And the strong, long, straight ball is not really going to trouble Liverpool. Hippier's a good presence there, Carragher a good presence. It's when we get the ball wide that we look our most dangerous.
Igor Bishkan just getting stripped off for Liverpool, who are about to make another change. Driven in by Ferreira. Drogba, good punch by Jerzy Dudek. Thought Drogba was just going to edge into that one. Driven in by Lampard. Comes back off Carragher. Still the pressure on. Ferreira. Duff. Oh, Liverpool should be able to get the ball clear now, although the blue shirts are tenacious in the challenge. Nunes. Gerrard. Driven goalwards by Steven Gerrard, but wide of the target.
So, yeah, ambitious by Steven Gerrard there, a little bit of frustration as well, I think. We normally associate him with getting forward and driving his team forward, but
it looks as though Jimmy Traore had picked up a knock there. Igor Bishkan coming on. That might help Chelsea because he'd had a good game, Traore. Kept Damien Duff fairly quiet in the first half.
Interesting, maybe Reece has to drop back, and we've seen his quality as a left midfielder, and there's always not so much been question marks, but another player is much more effective going forward. But now that as Duff, Ferreira starting to get forward, I think there could be trouble ahead for Liverpool down there left-hand side.
Did start at Liverpool as a left-back, John Onorisa, when he joined the club from Monaco. He's been quite effective in left midfield for much of the season. So went through the whole of last season without scoring a goal in over 40 appearances for Liverpool. He has the vital goal in this one, that at the moment means it's the red and white ribbons that are half on the League Cup at the moment, approaching the midway point of the second half. Mateja, Kezman and Thiago among the outfield players on the bench for Chelsea if Jose Mourinho wants to make a further change. A mistake by Carvalho. Morientes trying to find Steven Gerrard, but the pass was easily cut out by Terry. Gallas coming forward. Offside flag. It's gone up on this near side.
Looks like Garcia's had to go back into a left midfield role as well, which is, again, unfamiliar to him, so I'm sure the onus will be on Chelsea to attack their right, Liverpool's left, where you wouldn't consider them to be natural defensive-minded players.
Glenn Johnson just warming up on the far side. Duff. He's gone round Herpia. Decent ball as well. Dudek backtracking, and again it's another safe pair of hands from the Polish goalkeeper.
He's lucky Herpia didn't actually catch Duff there, and he looked quite laboured as Duff skipped past him, but as he did have to skip past him, a little bit off balance, and meant he couldn't get full control on the cross.
Free kick given against Didier Johnson by Steve Bennett. Liverpool beat Millwall with a new den in the third round to set up a tie with Middlesbrough. We got the holders out 2-0 at Anfield. Then it was Tottenham on penalties and two Steven Gerrard goals in each, one in each leg, beating Watford to get to the final. The most successful team in this competition, Liverpool. Nice little layoff by Drogba. Didier Johnson opting to pick out Joe Cole instead of using Duff, who was on his right-hand side. Easy header for Sami Herpia. Well in by Carvalho, just too far for Cole. And away by Finnan. It's coolly done by John Terry. Cole. Good Johnson. Very nearly find its way through to Drogba. Again, Damien Duff was calling for it. Not for the first time a Liverpool boot preventing Drogba being in on goal. Now here come Liverpool. Bishkam. Well, it's a long way from goal.
There's got to be some player to be checked from there, but once again we spoke about how congested it is in the middle, and ideal opportunity just to roll Damien Duff that ball. No one better for me in 1v1 situations in the Chelsea team that's playing today.
Makelele. Turn on by Drogba. Good Johnson. Cole. Makelele. Good Johnson off to Lampard. Duff. Risa going with him. Luis Garcia there as well. In by Ferreira. Another header away by Sami Herpia. Terry beats Morientes to the ball. Good Johnson. Chip over the top. Gallas is the furthest man forward again. Good play by Gallas. Curls it towards goal. And it's headed behind by Risa for a corner.
Well, it'll be interesting on the rebound whether that was curling in. Great stab by Good Johnson, good strength by Gallas. Must be just going wide, but a lack of anticipation as well there on the far post. It was crying out for someone to go and attack that ball with Risa.
Chelsea's sixth corner of the game. Lampard, Herpia gets in front of his goalkeeper. Back in by Makelele. It's John Terry! Penalty surely this time. Referee says no again. Well, my first instinct was that Carragher there had caught John Terry.
Seems to be no quibble from John there. Brave as a lion. To be fair to Feeney, good defending, but it's great to see John Terry there in them areas. Real captain, real leader. And if there's anyone who's going to drive Chelsea forward in this next 18 minutes, it's the captain as he wins that header again there.
Well, he certainly had a look round at the referee, John Terry, as he took a tumble. Again, you've seen them give it on plenty of occasions, but not today. Not when Chelsea needed it most anyway. Forward by Gerrard. Nunez. Bishkan. Well read by Ricardo Carvalho. Lampard. Minutes ticking away for Chelsea. There's Cole. Ferreira going outside him. Drogba and Johnson in the centre. Given away by Ferreira to Luis Garcia. That's clumsy from Ferreira. I think Haman knew he was on his way, just turned his back, and Mateja Kezman is coming on.
Liverpool substitution. Fernando Morientes.
Well, Milan Baros is coming on as well, and Fernando Morientes' first domestic final in England is ending after 74 minutes. Milan Baros, the top scorer for the Czech Republic at Euro 2004, is coming on. We'll see who is coming off for Chelsea.
Chelsea substitution.
That's Gallas. It's an attacking option now for Jose Mourinho. 3-4-3.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Gallas had that recent injury as well and done ever so well, recovered, played against Barcelona, but great tactical move, I think, by the manager there. Carvalho and John Terry have got two of the best defenders around.
Well, here come Liverpool again. Nunez across the box. Gerrard has scrambled it wide. Somehow the ball has stayed out.
Mentioned Carvalho, mentioned Terry. Also should have mentioned Ferreira as well. Superb defending there. He made sure there was going to be no easy tap in there for Steven Gerrard.
He just ran away from Makelele. Ferreira. Tremendous challenge. Ball's rebounded off Kezman for a goal kick. Chelsea very nearly caught sleeping again there, and that surely would have been curtains. This is a big test for Jose Mourinho. Can Chelsea turn this round in the 15 minutes that remain? Chase on for Kezman. Hooked away by Carragher. Bishkan's header, the loose ball collected by Lampard. Challenge was from Nunez. Here's Carvalho. Flip from Drogba. Joe Cole just getting in front of Risa. Kezman! Good looping shot just over the bar. Did well to stay on his feet, Kezman. He's certainly been...
Yeah, Joe Cole done ever so well to get the ball in there and possible arm, but pleased with Kezman because in some games he's come on and he's looked short of confidence, but there, very strong, good first touch and confidence there to try the overhead kick.
Forward by Gerrard. Chase on for Baros. Managed to stay on his feet. Ferreira again, the man trying to challenge. Bishkan. Frank Lampard made up plenty of ground to get a challenge in. Header by Risa. On by Bishkan again, straight through to Petr Cech. Cleared away by Risa.
More spaces are starting to appear on the pitch, and in some incidents that's obviously helping Liverpool to find more space, but
it's John Terry this time with a saving challenge as Baros went through. Liverpool are starting to find one or two gaps now in the Chelsea defence. Luis Garcia closing down, and Ferreira again forced to turn it behind for a corner.
it had to be done though, and with any luck, as Liverpool now start to be tempted to go further forward, gaps in their defence will appear.
It's also the first final under Roman Abramovich, of course. £213 million spent on the team. Still, as yet, no silverware to show for it. Corner taken by Gerrard. It's Liverpool's first corner of the game. It was easy for Petr Cech. Now, Herpia trying to get back into position. That's a late challenge from Hamann. Yellow card this time for Dietmar Hamann.
You could see that coming from the moment Frank Lampard was 10 yards from Hamann. The disappointment for me there was Joe Cole had good possession, and whatever happened from that attack, Steve Bennett could have dealt with that afterwards.
Yeah, Joe Cole was making the point that he had plenty of room to run into. Referee could have allowed the game to flow. There's a Liverpool free. It's a Chelsea free kick. It's gone in. It's off Steven Gerrard. Would you believe it? Chelsea have scored, but it's a Liverpool player that scored it.
Well, there's no complaining there that Steve Bennett never played no advantage. Sometimes these cases have a chance of eating themselves up, and just a diagonal ball played in. Steven Gerrard, three Liverpool defenders going for it. Dudek rooted to the spot. And if anyone deserves a bit of luck in this last coming weeks, Chelsea Football Club. Superb.
Well, there was no Chelsea player near it. Didier Drogba was the closest. As you say, three Liverpool players all going for the same ball. Going for an interesting final 10 minutes here. It's all getting a little bit heated now as well. Chelsea are going to make another change. Glenn Johnson is coming on. There's no question that Jose Mourinho won't want extra time here if he can try and win this now in normal time. Tired legs, of course. It's been a busy schedule for the Blues since the start of the season. The more successful you are, of course, the more games you play. But just when it looked like the clock might be ticking down for the Blues, they've scored in the most unlikely fashion. Mateja Kezman being spoken to by Steve Bennett as well. We've got a final on our hands.
I mean, maybe because we're obviously involved, and a little soft spot for Chelsea. That's a big soft spot, I should say, on my part. That we've always been interested from the very first minute, but it has been a good cup final, and it's been intriguing in the way that it's been mainly Chelsea attacking, Liverpool having a couple of decent attacks, but we've just been wanting and wishing that goal to go in, and you would never have guessed in them circumstances that that would happen.
Absolutely, Joe Cole is the man who's been sacrificed. I just want to know whether Paulo Ferreira will switch over to left back. Johnson in at right back, back to a 4-4-2. I think Jose Mourinho's been sent from the dugout here by the look of it. The fourth official, Phil Crossley, is shepherding him away. And Jose Mourinho has been sent from the dugout. I just wonder if that's due to his reaction for the goal right in front of the Liverpool supporters. I'm not sure what's gone on there, but certainly the fourth official has shepherded Jose Mourinho away.
He's had it all this cup final.
And I think there's still some more to come as well. That's for sure. Headed by Risa.
Good decision to put Johnson on as well. I mean, Joe Cole, I think he's had an excellent cup final. Great talent, but going into this last 8-10 minutes, Johnson's got good pace, and we spoke about earlier that Liverpool, for me, are weaker defensively down that right-hand side, so opportunity to use them opportunities. Also, though, maybe with one eye on extra time as well, the manager just thinking tactically again.
Nice little chest down, Drogba! Cannoned off Jamie Carragher. Risa. Luis Garcia, well played by Glenn Johnson, who just put his body in the way. Was there an elbow from Luis Garcia? And certainly what Ricardo Carvalho's indicating. Referee given the free kick, and again it's calmed down, the message from Steve Bennett. Good Johnson. Ferreira. Chelsea fans are the ones making all the noise at the moment. You have to say, on the balance of play and the balance of possession, that goal was deserved. Really from the opening seconds when Liverpool scored. Chelsea have always looked comfortable on the ball. Here's Lampard. Is there another twist in this game? Damien Duff! Still Duff! Fine save, Dudek. Drogba hooks it goalwards. Duff trying to stab it forwards, and it's gone behind for a goal kick. Well, Dudek's injured as well.
Well, I honestly thought that was it. There was a tired leg, two tired legs from Liverpool players there, and if anything, possibly Duff looking a little bit tired, because Dudek made a great first save. I think it was Finnan and Carragher both slipped as the ball went through. Duff just caught Dudek there with his follow-through, but Chelsea by far the better team over the second half, stronger team looking as well, and very interesting 6 minutes going to come up now.
71,622 inside the Millennium Stadium. They've created a tremendous atmosphere. And all those managers from certain clubs that say that the League Cup doesn't matter, well, I'm sure they'd rather be here. And Jerzy Dudek looks to have taken a gash to the shin. Now this could be a big moment for young Scott Carson, the substitute goalkeeper who's on the bench. He was signed from Leeds in the transfer window. What a day for him if he could get on. Dudek certainly in pain. And they were showing Steve Bennett there was a gash to the shin, but it was a genuine attempt to get the ball from Damien Duff. How they can be saying that it was intentional is beyond me, really. The ball was there to be won. Damien Duff was in very quickly. There's the initial save from Dudek. Well, couldn't be avoided. The ball was there to be challenged for. Winning repairs for Jerzy Dudek.
Too pampered, aren't they? Eh? A little cut. But I think what was evident there was the outstretched legs of Carragher and Finnan, which to me looked like tired legs as well. So possible, we hope, last 4 minutes, but with the possibility of extra time looming, then for me there's one team that looks the stronger, looks the fittest, and with more attacking potency, with all the amount of strikers that Chelsea got on now.
Well, players who played here when the roof has been shut have said they visibly feel a lot tighter than playing in a normal situation. Both had very strenuous Champions League games in midweek, of course. Well, it's been a fantastic cup final. It would be a shame, really, if it was decided by an error from tired legs right at the end for either side. But Dudek, well, I think he will continue for a moment, but whether he'll complete the match remains to be seen. He's certainly in clear discomfort there.
Chelsea fans were kindly passing a little bit of celery there as well. I don't know whether the sports science people reckon there's any good in it, but I think they can sense something as well there. They've been magnificent, the Chelsea fans. It's been a great atmosphere, Liverpool and Chelsea, but as we keep mentioning, there seems to be only one team that's trying to drive their team on with the belief that they can go and win it.
It's the Liverpool fans who are the quieter of the two at the moment. Both sets of supporters, though, in all credit to them, as we say, over 71,000 have made for a fantastic occasion. One set, though, will be going home unhappy. Let's hope it's the Liverpool fans that are travelling back up to Merseyside with their tails between their legs, and it's the Blues that are celebrating silverware. There will be a few minutes to add on at the end now after that injury to Jersey Dudek. But Chelsea surely sense that they could still try and get something from this in the minutes that remain. Quite where Jose Mourinho is watching the final stages from at the moment is anybody's guess. Sent from the dugout by the fourth official. In by Ferreira. Stabbed away by Carragher. Well in by Carvalho. Finnan just getting up higher than Damien Duff. Both Republic of Ireland internationals, of course, Finnan and Duff. Been a good battle, been plenty of good battles all over the field. Makelele. Good Johnson. Kezman racing through. Kezman! Couldn't keep the shot down, Mateja Kezman.
Spoke earlier, it's been a tough season for Kezman, but had a little glimmer, a superb run. Reece knew he couldn't touch Kezman, and he set up nicely for him, but just, as I mentioned, just couldn't keep it down.
Only 3 goals so far for Chelsea. Prolific in his career. Not to find his feet in the Premiership. It's another ball intended for Kezman. Away by Carragher. Bounced up awkwardly for Makelele. Steven Gerrard. Kezman. Duff. Damien Duff took a deflection. That was going goalwards, that's for sure. Came off Carragher, and it's behind for a Chelsea corner.
Interesting there. Steven Gerrard as well, giving possession away, and Jersey Dudek was totally unaware where that ball was going.
Another corner, Chelsea's 7th, swung in by Damien Duff, flicked away by Herpia, only as far as Ricardo Carvalho. Came off the back of Reece.
There will now be a minimum amount of 6 minutes.
6 minutes added time. I'm not quite sure where that's come from. There was certainly 2 or 3 minutes for Jersey Dudek's injury. Lampard! Just away from Dudek's top corner.
Magnificent, typical Frank Lampard in the hustle, the bustle midfield, but once he's got that goal in his sights, then there's only one option, and superb strike, and not too far over either by Frank, and his fitness is immense. You know, hasn't had the opportunity to burst forward because Liverpool defended so deep in that, but excellent professional, been an excellent player for Chelsea.
It was actually closer than I thought the first time around. Just scraping the top of the bar. So close for Chelsea. Certainly they look the fitter at the moment. Liverpool just dragging a few tired legs in defence. John Orisa in particular. Always dangerous, of course, when you get off to a fast start in a game, that maintaining it for 90 minutes and, well, maybe another 30 minutes on top is always tough. It's Bishkan. Driven forward by Steven Gerrard, away by Johnson. Luis Garcia. Makelele. Drogba. Nice touch for Good Johnson. Damien Duff making a charge to the centre channel, but Finnan was alive to the danger and managed to cut out the through ball. Here come Liverpool. Really is a grandstand finish. Still 4 minutes of added time to go. Glenn Johnson. Haman. Reece. Steven Gerrard driven through, looking for the run of Luis Garcia. And Chelsea have defended well, with the exception of the opening seconds. Kezman. Duff. Drogba peels away. Just flicked off Sami Hyypiä and fell nicely for Jerzy Dide. Steven Gerrard, it's his own goal that could be taking us into extra time. How often has Steven Gerrard been the match winner for Liverpool? That stunning goal against Olympiacos, which took them through in the Champions League. Here's a chase on for Milan Baros. Baros's touch is taken in wide and the shot over the bar.
Well, if Baros had been playing all of the game, then I could expect, you could legislate for a poor first touch, but he looked tired as well, as if this pressure, Chelsea pressure, is even tiring out boys who have only been on the pitch literally 10-15 minutes. But once again, we spoke about it earlier, that for all that pressure, Chelsea just got to be so careful that we don't commit too many players forward.
It was a tired-looking touch from Baros, who's not even played half the game. Flicked on by Drogba to Damien Duff. Finnan trying to stick with him. Duff's made angle for the cross. Hyypiä heads it away. Still a couple of minutes of added time to go. Makelele. Good towering jump again by Hyypiä. Drogba though picking up the loose ball. Lampard. Good Johnson. Ferreira. Good Johnson. It's away from Hyypiä. Here's Kezman. Looking for Drogba. Might still fall, but Risa reacted quickest as the ball dropped to clear it away. And Ricardo Carvalho relieves a bit of pressure by playing it all the way back to Petr Cech. Carragher's header, only as far as Makelele. It's all Chelsea. Here's Duff. Tired leg stuck out by Steve Finnan, and that's a free kick and a chance to get John Terry and Ricardo Carvalho forward.
Anyone who should know not to buy that one is Steve Finnan, public teammate of Damien Duff, but again, good professionalism by Duff there. Stuck his leg out Finnan. It's gone down, gives Chelsea a wonderful opportunity to put the big guns up.
This could be the last chance to win it in normal time. Lampard drives it in with pace, it comes off Luis Garcia. And John Terry going for the acrobatic, put the ball behind for a goal kick. And we look as if we're heading for another 30 minutes. Tension all around until they spot themselves on the big screen inside the Millennium Stadium. Who says being a football fan's enjoyable? They've gone through every emotion this afternoon. Flicked on by Drogba, it's behind Kezman, and Risa will clear long. Ball up towards John Terry, that is the full-time whistle. We're heading for another 30 minutes. Steven Gerrard's own goal in the second half, cancelling out John Arne Riis's opener after 40-odd seconds for Liverpool. Rafa Benitez and co will have to plot for another 30 minutes. Chelsea, certainly the team on top, and they'll be looking to win it before going to a penalty shootout. It is another 30 minutes on the way. Full time at the Millennium Stadium. Liverpool 1, Chelsea 1, with extra time to come. Extra 30 minutes just about to get underway. No golden goal, no silver goal these days. So 2 periods of 15 minutes each way. If it's still level, we head for a penalty shootout. Liverpool will kick off. And interestingly, Jose Mourinho sent from the dugout in the second half, unable to come down to the pitch to dish out instructions. That job left to Steve Clarke, but I'm sure they were on the phone or finding some way to communicate between the two of them.
Plenty of great experience as well, Steve Clarke. So obviously the manager, Carabao, Mr. Marino, he's surely missed, but in Steve Clarke, wonderful servant to Chelsea Football Club, and he'll be enjoying this moment.
Here's Kezman looking for Drogba. Jamie Carragher with a last-ditch challenge. Chelsea, well, they're not letting up at all. Johnson gets the ball in, lays it back to Makelele. Going for another corner. Stiff Finnan claiming he was fouled, but the referee has given the corner.
Intelligent ball by Makelele, and what's really pleasing as well is the contribution of Kezman since he's come in. At times we mentioned lacking confidence, but he knows he's on a big stage here and he's producing.
Swung over by Damien Duff. Terry gets a flick on it. Carvalho should collect ahead of Bishkan, and he's found a little bit of space. A slip from Bishkan allowing him in. Dudek getting above Drogba. Kezman headed down by Herpia, and Liverpool eventually can get the ball away. Here's Barosh, who was the only man forward for Liverpool. But again, Chelsea with a chance to put more pressure on the Liverpool defence. Good Johnson away from Haman. Nice ball to Damien Duff, needs a good cross. Drogba off the post and away.
Great ball by Damien Duff. Back over in that favoured left position. Superb cross. Good header as well by Drogba. Possibly might have been flagged for offside one.
It looks as though he has given a free kick. I'm not sure if it was the initial ball to Damien Duff where he was offside, perhaps. Certainly was a late flag because everybody was following play and the ball cleared out by Finnan. So it wouldn't have counted had it gone in from Drogba, but excellent play again. Good towering header by John Terry.
We haven't mentioned John Terry or Carvalho that often actually, but what I think has been excellent by both the two defenders is whenever there has been balls up to the Liverpool players, they've invariably won it. And they put great pressure on the Liverpool players so that the balls just come straight back at them. And again, don't want to tempt fate, but if you're a Liverpool fan, you're a worried fan.
A little bit of defending to do for Chelsea here. There's a few words between Barosh and Carvalho. I think Carvalho felt that Barosh's elbow was a little bit high in the challenge again. Liverpool throw will be taken by Risa. Off the boot of Glenn Johnson. Risa stamps it across. Carvalho didn't hear the call from Petr Cech. Fortunately, there was nobody behind him. Herpia very nearly robbed by Drogba. Risa. Nunes. Igor Bishkan. Nunes trying to get to the byline. It's good defending again from Paulo Ferreira.
For me, the only danger that Liverpool do possess is at set pieces, where they get an opportunity to have a rest if you want and come forward and have more of a fighting chance with Chelsea.
Corner taken short by Steven Gerrard to Finnan. Finnan driving it across, looking for Barosh. It was a timely interception by John Terry, and now a break maybe on for Liverpool, for Chelsea here. Good ball by Good Johnson. Lampard. Liverpool players are puffing and blowing a bit, trying to get back now. But Chelsea haven't been able to capitalise. That'll be a foul by Ferreira.
Spoke about the professionalism and fitness of Lampard, and that break was frightening, wasn't it? I mean, we're into the 95th minute of a cup tie. Emotions before, physically draining as well, and Frank Lampard still running as fast and as quick as the opening minutes.
Liverpool free kick, taken by Carragher and Luis Garcia. Cut out by Makelele again. Drogba. Bushkan slightly stronger in the challenge, although Liverpool have given the ball straight back to Chelsea. Good play by Makelele, who finds Glenn Johnson again. Kezman. Johnson's continued his run. Kezman coming inside. Ball comes out off Dietmar Hamann. Lampard. Plenty of time to stop and have a look around. Makelele. Johnson. Offside flag up again against Kezman. Nunes. He's done well, Nunes, and Ferreira again called on to make the challenge. Lampard. Applause again for the calm way that Chelsea are just playing themselves out of a little bit of a pressure situation when Liverpool push forward. Here's Johnson. Accelerates away from Didier Hamann. He's still going, Johnson. Duff. Shielding the ball well from Finnan. Does that so well, Damien Duff. Makelele. Forward towards Lampard. There's too much pace on the ball and through to Jerzy Dudek.
Once again, it was the Chelsea team running runners from midfield, Duff, Lampard, nice and strong. Whereas I look at the Liverpool team in midfield and they're just happy to sit behind the ball, try and keep possession, but invariably it's a backwards or sideways pass.
Tired looking pass from Steven Gerrard. Oh no, he's got another opportunity to send it forward. Looking for Barosh, who tumbles again. Lampard. Offside flag up again against Kezman.
Disappointing. Frank Lampard's got a great strike on him. Great pass of the ball, and Kezman, last man there, fresh as well. Just look along that line. Keep mentioning Kezman, I just feel there's a nice opportunity for him here. Looks full of confidence, and all strikers thrive on confidence, and even though the goals haven't flow, he looks confident. It's a good sign.
Well read again by John Terry. It's another one of those powerful runs forward. Drogba goes one way, just stopped his run. Terry had already committed himself to the pass. Liverpool can't take advantage, though, of the fact that Terry's out of position. Good Johnson. Lampard. Makelele. Forward for Duff. Nice little ball for Lampard. Driven across, too much height on it. Probably needed to be hard and low from Lampard to cause any real problems. Everybody is naturally pulling towards the near post. It's out for a Liverpool throw.
Spot on that. Just hit it too cleanly, didn't he, Frank Lampard there? Just hard and low was spot on mark, and a tired Liverpool leg could have sent it anywhere.
Away by Herpia. Good flick by Drogba. Finnan was the player challenging. He's kept in by Johnson. Won back by Luis Garcia. Now Barosh leaves it for Bushkan. Liverpool just trying to stretch Chelsea here. Nunes with the ball into the box. Back post, Luis Garcia was almost a carbon copy of the opening goal from Risa. This time there was a Chelsea defender just in front of him.
Right defending there by Glenn Johnson, keeps looking over his shoulder. Once he does go over him, one eye on the ball. And good defending, well done. Sweet strike as well by Garcia.
Haman. Didier Haman tries it goalwards, it bounced awkwardly for Cech, and fortunately his body was right behind it.
One of them ones goalkeepers hate, just coming in short, but that's what I like about Peter Cech. He's had hardly anything to do all game, but just looked nice and confident and assured.
Similar kind of distance that Didier Haman scored the final goal in the old Wembley Stadium when he slotted for Germany against England from a free kick. That one rolled all along the ground, as I recall. A tussle between Makelele and Haman. Risa's free kick. Headed forward by Nunes, but easy for John Terry to guide back to Petr Cech. Now Glenn Johnson. Kezman. Given away to Bishkan. Lampard picking out the run of Didier Drogba. Big appeal for handball, but not given by the referee. Duff. Ferreira. Decent ball into the area. Sami Hyypiä was up highest again.
Also the fitness of Ferreira as well. I mean, again, wanting to get forward. I know when you're the favourite team, if you want, the team in possession, making them forward runs does seem quite easy.
Kezman, I didn't get hold of it right at all, Mateja Kezman. A tired-looking clearance though from Liverpool, and Chelsea definitely looking the fitter side. Certainly won't want this to go to penalties. It just becomes a bit of a lottery, and it could be down to tired legs or a goalkeeping hero.
Since I've praised Kezman, he's had 2 bad balls, so that'll be the last you hear me talk about Kezman.
With a free kick given away by Kezman. Liverpool have taken it quickly. There's John Onorisa. Bishkan. Hyypiä. Forward towards Baros, foul by Ricardo Carvalho.
When they get corners, free kicks, for me it's the only opportunity they've got of sustaining any pressure and looking dangerous.
John Terry trying to hold the line. It's a cleverly done free kick. No one had picked up the run of Luis Garcia. Up goes Jamie Carragher. Well, it's Bishkan actually who got the header in, but the free kick catching Liverpool, catching the Blues out. Luis Garcia had peeled away. No one was expecting it, and it almost left a gap in the centre. Bishkan and Hyypiä both going for the ball. Bishkan's header was just over the bar.
Intelligent free kick. Always great to see improvisation instead of that aimless ball just played in there. So well played Liverpool, but equally again Chelsea defenders made sure there'd be no easy header.
Johnson. Looking for Drogba, headed away by Carragher. Half cleared by Risa. Kezman was away from Haman, he's done well. Still going, Kezman tries to curl in the shot, and well saved by Dudek. Better from Kezman.
Yeah, he's looked confident since he came on, and it's great to see, because no one likes to see any player suffering that loss of confidence, and stage is made.
Half-time whistle's gone for half-time of extra time. It'll be a quick turnaround. No coaching allowed onto the pitch. Just time to take on some refreshments. 15 minutes left for Chelsea to try and grab a winning goal before we go to a penalty shootout. John Terry trying to gee everybody up. Reminder, Chelsea have made all their substitutes. I suppose that's one thing that has to play on the mind of Jose Mourinho when doing changes, with a penalty shootout in mind as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be
Sure, they've been practicing.
During the post-match presentation ceremony, the stadium lights will be reduced. For your safety, exit lighting will remain illuminated. Thank you.
Chelsea getting the second period underway.
What is healthy in another 15 minutes, no one knows, but what is healthy from Chelsea's point of view is there's so many attacking options on there who I'm sure will want to take a penalty.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Flicked in by Kezman towards Gudjonsson. Good challenge by Terry. Kezman tries to stride forward into a little bit of space around Haman. Free kick goes Chelsea's way.
Great challenge by John Terry there, and actually interesting because Liverpool players that have half a spring in their step again, and they've obviously realised now, as professionals, 15 minutes they've got an opportunity, and then it is.
Free kick swung in by Lampard. Dudek's there again into a crowd of players with another decisive punch.
But yeah, going back to the Liverpool players, they know that 15 minutes, that's all they've got to give, and that little extra yard I'm sure is going to start to come out from them. But from Chelsea's point of view, the sooner Liverpool do that, the better for us, because we've got such attacking options. I'm sure we can exploit that space.
Long throw from Glenn Johnson, burst locally, it's there! Drogba scored! Chelsea are in the lead for the first time in the match. The long throw from Glenn Johnson caught out everybody, and almost in slow motion, Drogba's just stabbed it over the line. And is that the goal that gives Jose Mourinho and the Blues their first silverware of the season? Disaster for Liverpool, delight for Chelsea.
Magnificent by Drogba, and well pleased as well, because we spoke about how he'd come back off an injury. Great control as well. Loops over people's heads, you just got to keep your eye on the ball. Hippio's missed it. Dudek's not close enough. Drogba takes a good first touch, and I'm sure from that distance bundles it through Dudek's legs as well. Magnificent.
The delights in the director's box as well. Chelsea have the lead for the first time in the Carabao Cup final. It's Didier Drogba who's worked hard up front, worked tirelessly, in fact. He deserves his goal. It's his 12th goal of the season in all competitions. But is it the goal that brings silverware to the bridge? And Chelsea now will be mindful that there's only 12 minutes or so left of extra time. I don't think anybody was expecting the long throw from Glenn Johnson. He's certainly got great distance on the ball. It was over Herpier and over John Terry. But tremendous touch and reaction from Drogba right in front of goal. Dudek, no blame attached to the goalkeeper. And all of a sudden, the red half of the Millennium Stadium is silenced. Good header away again by John Terry. Stabbed clear by Makaleli. There's Drogba. Now it's Liverpool that will have to commit men forward to try and get an equaliser. Foul by Sami Herpier. And Chelsea can slow it down and take a breather. Run a few more seconds off the clock.
Well played Drogba, and just there in that instant, going back to his goal as well, his physical presence, but more importantly as well in that instant there where he's controlled it on the halfway line, invited the foul, took the foul, and now a bit of frustration on Liverpool's part.
Something's happened between Haman and Makelele. Makelele saying that Haman has stamped in on his ankle, I think. I didn't see anything happening. The ball had played stop for the free kick. Well, Steve Bennett, both assistants were on the field as well, trying to sort out the crowd of players. We'll hopefully get to the bottom of it in a second. Steve Bennett is calming everybody down. Hasn't got the book out, so it could just be another ticking off again. Makelele still hobbling around. Chelsea have made all 3 substitutes, don't forget, so hopefully he'll be okay to continue. Everybody else wanting to get involved as well. Slight height advantage there in favour of Haman.
Big mismatch.
No action from the referee. Well, here we might get to the bottom of it now. There's a tussle between Lampard and Haman. I think Haman was saying they'd taken the free kick. Just his frustration's getting the better of him, and he's possibly lucky to escape without a second yellow. That's Haman and Herpia really that have perhaps can count themselves lucky. Steve Bennett, though, perhaps using his common sense, realising it's a final and tensions are running high in the final stages. Drogba tussling away, brought down by Finner.
Magnificent play by Drogba there. Spoke about it on the halfway line. Equally this area as well. He's bought the foul though, he's bought it.
I think Finner said something to the referee. And again, the cards stay in the pocket. But this is another great chance for Chelsea. If they could score now, it really would be. Good night, Liverpool. Lampard will take it, driven in with pace. Whipped in and curled as well. Dudek somehow got it away. Good Johnson, driven in. Dudek is over the line. Kezman gets it. No question. It is 3-1 Chelsea. And the Carling Cup is heading for Stamford Bridge.
Well placed with Kezman there. Dudek questioned as well whether in them incidents I'm sure Czech would come and catch the ball. By punching, all you're doing is just getting rid of a bit of pressure. Superb play there. Was it Darfur? Good Johnson played it back. But more equally pleased with Kezman. He deserves that for all his season's toil.
Well, brilliant play by Good Johnson, who was alive to the fact that the ball wasn't going out of play. Punch from Dudek wasn't convincing, and it's a great ball driven back in. Dudek lost it, and Kezman stabbed it over the line. He was clearly over the line. Unfortunate for Dudek. It goes down really as a goalkeeping error, but it came at him with pace, and he only had a second or so to react to it. Did well to get back on his feet. Second period of extra time, and on the balance of possession, the scoreline possibly that we would have expected to see.
Very much so, and if there's ever an answer for good attacking play, then Chelsea deserve that. I mean, apart from the opening start, which was a great goal by Liverpool, good play, the game's been all Chelsea, and you get your just rewards, and not only for this game, but the season so far.
Steven Gerrard, last ditch now for Liverpool. They can hardly believe it. They're stunned, they've scored! Well, Liverpool have scored a second. I think it's Antonio Nunes who got the final touch. And there's still 7 minutes to go.
Interesting there. I mean, Czech was looking to come and catch that one as well, and I'm not sure whether he got blocked off as he was about to do that. But we'll make for a very interesting 7 minutes.
Well, Damien Duff's got a yellow card. I think he said something out of turn to Steve Bennett. It's all happening. There's a dangerous ball whipped in. The umpire set him up in the air. Czech was blocked by Nunes, who somehow got his header goalwards. Well, is there drama left in this game? It's had everything. Czech just couldn't get there. Antonio Nunes has made it 3-2. Dudek just took his outfit for a second. He's hobbling now. I think that gash to the shin is just taking its toll a little on Jersey Dudek. I don't think there's any question he'll see out the game, but what drama we've had. All of a sudden, The Liverpool fans are back in voice. Haman. Bishgan. Away from Makaleli. Good Johnson trying to get back. Good sliding challenge from Kezman. Handball, though, says Steve Bennett. It's a Liverpool free kick. Taken quickly. Chelsea have to regroup here. Risa came off Johnson. Good challenge by Glenn Johnson. There's no question that Chelsea have defending to do here. Risa will take the throw. The long one into the danger area, looking for Sami Hyypiä. Back into the box by Haman. Barros trying to turn. Ricardo Carvalho did well. That's gone for a goal kick.
Great defending there, Aurelio, backing up his teammate forever there, and to a Liverpool player, manager, fan, you'll be disappointed with Barros there. Once again, he has had everything in this cup final, and which is great to see, great to see.
We are promised, by the way, that the trophy will be presented in a very different fashion this year. We'll wait to see what the organisers have in store for us. Let's hope that it's the blue ribbons that are going up. Called away by Petr Cech. I'm sure those ribbons have been changed a couple of times during this match. Here's Lampard. Good Johnson out to Damien Duff. Trying to take on Steve Finnan. Just keep possession now, I would say, is the key. Run the clock down for the final few minutes. Terry. Cleared long again by Cech. Duff's just picked up a knock.
1 minute ago he's rubbing his groin, and next minute rubbing his hamstring, but as the whole Chelsea team there, but equally Duff and that, they've been magnificent and worked so hard as well.
It's handball against Jamie Carragher, who's pushed the referee there on a weekend when referees have been in the spotlight. David Prutton in Southampton manhandled Alan Wiley and was promptly red-carded and expecting a lengthy ban. Not quite as aggressive from Carragher, but it's certainly a yellow card. Frustration creeping in. But more importantly, it's given Chelsea possession with a free kick, and he's marched it forward 10 yards. Frank Lampard might fancy a go from here. Apparently heard somewhere today that that's due to be outlawed soon, marching the ball forward 10 yards. Allowed to do it in rugby, but not really recognised in football, apparently. From the start of next season, we shall see. Often it can work against players. It takes the ball too close to goal sometimes, but this is an ideal position, maybe for Chelsea to restore the two-goal cushion. Lampard is shaping, driven goalwards and over the bar.
And that was a rugby finish, wasn't it?
Certainly was.
Once again, just buys up some valuable time for Chelsea, and I'm not going to speak too soon because tempted fate earlier with Kezman. Had a couple of bad incidents, but came good.
Well, we're also using a new match ball today, a new Mitre match ball, which someone in the Chelsea end of the ground is taking home with them by the look of it. New ball needed from the halfway line. Goal kick cleared upfield by Jerzy Dudek. Brought it back by Makaleli. There will be a couple of minutes to add on at the end of this second period of extra time, I think. Little incident involving Haman, which we had a few seconds on, and looking for Carragher. Barros again has fouled John Terry. He'll do well to keep his mouth shut as well, Barros, or he could find himself in the notebook.
That instance there, I think we go back to, the two instances where we mentioned about Drogba on the halfway line, on the edge of the penalty box as well. Being professional, as he's showing there, using his strength.
Here's Duff. I have to say it's worked in Chelsea's favour than bringing on Milan Baros, because he certainly hasn't looked anywhere near as effective as Fernando Morientes had done. Ball cleared upfield again towards Baros, who tussles with John Terry, but JT strong in the challenge, away by Cech. Just wait for the fourth official now to tell us how many minutes Chelsea are from silverware. Ball comes off Kezman. Johnson will keep it in play, and just anywhere will do. Back into the Liverpool half. 2 minutes.
Amount of 2 minutes time allowed.
Two minutes added time. We're already into that. We're only 30 seconds into it already. Johnson's header. Baros. John Terry sticking tightly to him. This is it. The long throw, I think, will come from John Onorisa. Everybody back. Everybody up for Liverpool. Everybody back for Chelsea. And it comes from Risa. Headed away by Lampard. Risa again with another opportunity to cross. Cech came and then had to check back. Good save. Not too sure how much he knew about it initially, Petr Cech, but did well to fall on the ball. Header from Bishka.
Great ball by Risa, and was really pleased that Cech never came. There was a lot of bodies there, and we saw last time that they get in your way. Good save.
Whistles swinging round from the Chelsea fans behind Jerzy Dudek's goal. There's a late challenge. The referee has blown his whistle that. And Lampard just hold on to the ball. He's running out of play. Well, just kept it in fact, but this possession back to Steve Finnan. The noise now deafening inside the Millennium Stadium. Seconds to go. Chelsea seconds away from lifting a trophy. The first since Roman Abramovich's money bought the team that you see before you. The first that Jose Mourinho hopes will be one of 3, and there is the whistle! And Chelsea can celebrate. After trailing for long periods of the game, they got back in it when Steven Gerrard's own goal levelled. And then in the second period of extra time, Didier Drogba made it 2-1. Mateja Kezman made it 3-1. Before a nervous few minutes ensued when Antonio Nunes pulled one back. But joy for Chelsea. Liverpool absolutely down and out. They've given everything. But Chelsea are lifting the trophy.
Magnificent, and richly deserved as well. Steven Gerrard will be obviously disappointed with his own goal, but pleased with his performance, and great to see the emotion there, Chelsea, because it's been a tough week.
Tremendous achievement. The blue and white half of the Millennium Stadium is in good voice. The Liverpool fans have already started to drift away. Petr Cech in conversation with the referee. The stage being set, the celebrations will begin very, very soon indeed. Fantastic occasion. Roman Abramovich could afford a smile. Silverware on the table. Full-time score after 90 minutes and a further 30 minutes of extra time. Liverpool 2, Chelsea 3.